Imagine a monster. It is 400 miles wide. It screams with winds of 160 miles per hour. It is tearing apart cities, drowning islands, and costing billions of dollars. It is a Category 5 hurricane. And sitting in a silo, thousands of miles away, we have the ultimate weapon, humanity's reset button, a nuclear bomb. So it's a natural question, right? If we have a problem and we have a giant explosive, why don't we just shoot the nuke at the hurricane? Could we stop the storm before it makes landfall? Could we save millions of lives? Or would we just make the biggest mistake in human history? Let's look at the logic. It actually makes sense on paper. Hurricanes are fueled by warm air rising from the ocean. A nuclear explosion creates a massive shockwave of high pressure. So the theory goes, if we detonate a nuke in the eye of the storm, the explosion should disrupt the airflow, scatter the clouds, and kill the hurricane instantly, like blowing out a candle on a birthday cake. In fact, this isn't just a YouTube comment section idea. In the 1950s, real government scientists seriously considered using nuclear weapons to steer or destroy storms. So let's say we do it. Let's play God. It is October. A massive superstorm, Hurricane Omega, is barreling toward Miami. The president gives the order. A submarine surfaces in the Atlantic. Coordinates are locked. 3, 2, 1. Launch. A missile carrying a 20-kiloton warhead, the same size used on Nagasaki, streaks into the sky. It plunges down right into the calm, silent eye of Hurricane Omega. Boom! A blinding flash of light, brighter than the sun, illuminates the storm clouds from the inside. A shockwave rips outward at supersonic speeds. For a split second, the air pressure skyrockets. The water vapor instantly vaporizes. But then, something disappointing happens. Here's the twist nobody expects. You see, we humans have a massive ego. We think our nukes are big, but compared to Mother Nature, we are nothing. A fully developed hurricane isn't just a storm, it is a heat engine. An average hurricane releases the heat energy equivalent of a 10-megaton nuclear bomb every 20 minutes. Let me repeat that. To match the power of Hurricane Omega, we wouldn't need one nuke. We would need to detonate a nuclear bomb every 20 minutes for as long as the storm lasts. The nuke we just launched, it's like throwing a cracker at a freight train. It's like trying to stop a charging rhino with a spitball. The explosion happens, the shockwave moves out, but the surrounding air pressure of the storm is so immense that it rushes back in immediately to fill the void. The candle doesn't blow out. In fact, the heat from the nuke might even add more warm air to the system, potentially making the storm stronger for a few seconds. The storm survives. It didn't even flinch. But we have changed something. We didn't stop the wind, but we did add something to it. Radiation. Before the launch, Hurricane Omega was a wind and water disaster. Now, thanks to our bright idea, we've made it a nuclear disaster. The radioactive fallout, dust, debris, and isotopes doesn't just fall into the ocean, it gets caught in the updraft. The hurricane's winds are a centrifuge. They take that radioactive material and spin it, spreading it across the entire diameter of the storm. Hurricane Omega is now a radioactive cyclone. As the outer bands hit the coast, it doesn't just rain water, it rains death. Radioactive isotopes seep into the groundwater. They coat the buildings. They land on the crops. Usually, after a hurricane, people can go outside to rebuild. But in this scenario, you can't go outside. The floodwaters filling the streets are glowing with toxicity. The wind blowing through your shattered windows carries lethal doses of radiation. Instead of a natural disaster that takes years to recover from, we have created a wasteland that will be uninhabitable for generations. So, to answer the question, what happens if we nuke a hurricane? We don't get a saved city. We don't get a hero moment. We get a storm that is just as strong, just as fast, and just as destructive, but now it's armed with nuclear fallout. It turns out the only thing worse than a hurricane is a radioactive hurricane. Nature is powerful, and sometimes the best thing we can do is get out of its way rather than trying to blow it up. If you want to survive the next hypothetical apocalypse, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We release new what-if scenarios every week. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.